I was in a period of soul searching, and I was wondering, what was the meaning and purpose of my life. And obviously, I was new to faith, and I took that literally. And I said, okay, if my Lord and Savior was homeless, then I was going to voluntarily be homeless. And that's what I did for a time period. So pulled out my comforter and folded back the seat and went to sleep. In about 10 minutes or so, I heard 2 gunshots. And I was startled, and I woke up and I saw, and a lot of thoughts started going through my mind, including my own personal safety. And a few minutes later, I heard like a lot of these ging, ging, ging. It was like cars going, and I figured, okay, it is what I thought it was. At that point, I'm going, what a blessing it is to have a safe place to call home. And that became, that idea, or that seed that was planted, became the House of Peace today.
My role here at the House of Peace is to be the Director of Community Outreach and Guest Wellness. And basically that means that I have an outside role and an inside role. Outside the House of Peace, I'm basically responsible for communicating the vision and the mission of House of Peace, helping people understand what it is that we're trying to accomplish here. Inside the house, I'm responsible for identifying challenges that our guests run into as far as just daily life, and helping just come alongside those folks and directing toward skills, just simple skills like trying to apply for jobs, arranging transportation to get to work on time, helping them lay out goals for the next couple of months, the next couple of years, or down the road as life goals.
It's a very scary thought. I've never been through this, position in my life, and I found myself in a lost position. It's not just a shelter. I don't want people to think it's a form of shelter to come and hang out. It's a place, stepping stone of our lives, to come, regroup, find ourselves where we're in life, correct our ways. I've done wrong in life, not knowing which way to go, being the cricket that plays the field, so to speak, all his life. And then at the hour of need, I was left, alone. It was my fault, nobody else's. But having someone to pull you out at your hour of need, there aren't enough words. I'm grateful for that.
To get out of this situation, to me, our main focus is transformation.
I have a huge passion to be able to help people who are going through struggles and difficulties in their lives. And so it's just an opportunity to work with those who are broken, who are down and out, and to be able to support them and help them get on the right foot. The House of Peace is going to be a ministry and an opportunity to make, long-lasting change in people's lives. It's not just a band-aid to a problem. We want to not just give handouts, but to give people the skills and the opportunity to grow so that they become an answer to their own problems.
I've been struggling with a lot of other things that's got me here, and once things are starting to open up a little bit more for me and starting to, my eyes are starting to open up to being able to accept someone to like me for me and not me have to be someone else that I'm not. And that's a very big step for me, is to being able to let somebody in and to be able to trust them, to be able to talk to them, because I don't express how I feel. And here at the House of Peace, I've come close to a lot of people, and I've been able to talk to a lot of people, and it still struggles with certain things because of my past. It's kind of hindered me a lot in things that I've done. It's been a very hard road.
Elvis's desire to offer people temporary housing in time of need is really a great opportunity to demonstrate the love of Christ. And so working through that vision and that dream, and then seeing coming come to fruition, I couldn't help but want to be on that board and be a part of it because it's such a great need for our community. We shouldn't bring judgment upon people because of what they carry in their lives. We should be in awe of their lives because of what they are carrying. And through that support is really a resourcing, training, praying, and celebrating, but also crying when things don't go so well.
The House of Peace meets a very particular need for the homeless community, and in addition, the population that is quite often ignored, those who might be underemployed or momentarily, seasonally unemployed. And so it is a timely service, and I think that it is exactly what is needed.
Well, I had lost my job, and being that I was in a one-income household, I was unable to sustain the financial demands of today's economy, and so I was seeking, affordable, safe refuge, and the House of Peace was able to offer that.
When you think about these problems which we're facing, to combine a heart and a philanthropy with an MBA education and to bring it together, I just was an unusual combination, and I wanted to get involved in any way I could. I think we're just at the ground floor. We're just figuring these things out. We're just buying furniture. We need to expand. We're figuring out a business model. This is brand new. This is innovation. This is social entrepreneurship. So I think it's exciting and a great place to come help, particularly right at the ground floor.
Every day we have a waiting list, and we just need to be prepared to be able to help those people. And if we have the funds, then we could use that to offer more auxiliary education, like life skills training, and obviously most of these rooms could be furnished a little bit better, and amenities, a couple of computers we can add, and probably even provide some kind of a scholarship. And another important thing to note is that all the House of Peace facilities are a sober living environment. So we do conduct random drug checks and alcohol screening. So just be assured that any type of donation is not ill spent. We make sure we only pick people that have the motivation to change their lives around for the good.
That we are wanting this to become.
The feeling of seeing lives changed, that is priceless. And I know as a nonprofit, we are really not here to focus on anything but to see these lives change. And it's incredible to hear these people's stories. And every now and then, it just breaks your heart to see what they have gone through. They just can't, they just been abandoned by their own family, and they end up with no support and whatsoever. And oftentimes it's just for someone to be there to listen to their story and point them in the right direction. And we have folks that we collaborate with, and they help them, in spiritually, disciple them and kind of point them to Christ, and also enrich them with life skills. And I think that's what is very important, because it's really not hard when you focus on what your life is supposed to be and start working towards it, and not be taken into directions where it's not going to help you. And I think to see people come here, stay for a while, get a job, and find a place and move out, it's like we're doing something very valuable for the community. And that's the most delight that we have.